Well, the 60th anniversary of Shea Stadium has come and gone, and we didn't get any video or any new audio releases for that anniversary, but apparently Apple Records has got something else cooking for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, what are they telling us? Anthology Volume 4 is coming, so a remastered set, John Lennon's X account, dropping a little 1, 2, 3, 4 on another vinyl show. Ike Frazier Industries presents another vinyl show with Ike Frazier. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Ike Frazier again. I was gonna do a story about the Beatles Anthology College Sampler, which is a limited release, about 1,000 copies pressed, but now we got the hot news that there's gonna be an Anthology 4, so I went ahead and did a little video on that. But this record is a pretty sweet one right here, and it has all of the released versions from Anthology, but it only has 7 tracks on it, and it's a pretty rare record. But enjoy the video on Anthology. I want to say we got some new subscribers this week. I thank you so much for that. Every one of you helped. We really appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy the video. And exciting news, right? They're going to clean up some of those tracks with the new mouse software. So that'll be really exciting in spite of all the dangers, and that'll be the day. Maybe even that means a lot cleaned up. Those will be exciting. But what are the new tracks going to be? What are the new alternate mixes going to be? That's going to be really exciting stuff. And I thank you for watching. If you like it, give me a like, make a comment, tell me a suggestion about a video. And if you really like it, subscribe and you can get notified about everything that we're up to here on another vinyl show. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy the video. For years, Beatle collectors had to get extra songs by buying bootlegs like Sessions, but that all came to an end in November of 1995 when the Beatles launched the Anthology series, a TV show and record and CD releases that sparked the biggest revival in Beatle music since Beatlemania. And so when Free as a Bird came out, it was the new Beatles song that nobody had ever heard before, and it was super exciting. We all ran out and got it. But if you got the CD single, you got 3 extra tracks. And when Anthology 1 came out, it was a great success, a triple LP, 2 CDs with 57 tracks. Now, some of those were voiceovers by announcers. And then later on, we got Anthology 2. And when Anthology 2 came out, it had a brand new Beatles song on that, and that was Real Love, another successful John Lennon song with new Beatle overdubs on top of it. And if you bought the CD single of Real Love, you also got 3 extra tracks that were not on Anthology 2. And so when Anthology 2 came out, it again was a triple record and a 2 CD set, and that contained an incredible 45 tracks on that one, and there are no announcers on those. Then came the College Sampler, which is the only vinyl promo for the whole Anthology series, and these only went out to college radio stations, and there were about 1,000 of them pressed. These go for about $70 to $100. It's a pretty neat record. It's got Strawberry Fields demo on it. It's pretty cool, and it's got Tomorrow Never Knows demo on it. It's pretty awesome, very rare. But when Anthology 3 finally appeared, there was no new song to promote Anthology 3. And so when the promos came out, it wasn't quite as exciting because there wasn't a new song for everybody. But same deal for Anthology 3, triple record set, double CD, this time with 50 unreleased tracks on it. But now we'll fast forward.
And there was another one that we started working on, but George went off it. Rubbish, this is. It was like, no, George, this is John. This still. Oh, okay then. So that one's still lingering around somewhere. I'm going to nick in with Jeff and do it, finish it, one of these days.
Now and Then would show up on 1967, 1970 to find its home. But what about Anthology 4? Well, the BBC tracks were originally released in '94 with the announcers, Then they removed the announcers from the music track in November 2013 to coincide with the release of BBC Volume 2. And so there's most of your BBC tracks. 2 LPs worth of extra tracks, alternate mixes, and demos for Revolver when that came out. So the super deluxe edition of Revolver is really worth getting. Of course, so is the Sgt. Pepper, which had 6 CDs, and then the 2 LP set had a complete alternate Sgt. Pepper as the second disc with completely alternate takes and versions. And so that one as well is an incredible set, and it included the original mono mix as well. Then when the White Album's anniversary came out, it was also 6 CDs and a 4 LP box set containing the original White Album and the Esher demos recorded at George Harrison's bungalow. And those are also included on the original Anthology. So there's really no need to have those on the Anthology as well. So as we go on, we see Abbey Road had 2 LPs of alternate tracks on it, and Paul McCartney's pet project, Let It Be Naked, with no Phil Spector involvement, and the big Let It Be box set, Super Deluxe from 2021. Peter Jackson, as we know, has been working on the Star Club tapes and trying to animate some of those photos with restored audio tracks to make some form of film or release. We really don't know what's going on with this at the time, but that's very exciting news. But the Beatles also have the Decca tapes under their control now, so they could be doing something with those. But what other tracks could be on there? There's Bad to Me, the John Lennon demo that was recently discovered too late for Anthology. The Beatles bootleg recordings 1963 has an incredible 59 songs on it that have not been released. Paul McCartney's always wanted Carnival of Light to be released. There's another version of What a Shame Mary Jane Had a Pain at the Party. Or what about George Harrison's Sour Milk Sea with Clapton, McCartney, Ringo, and Nicky Hopkins with George Harrison's guide vocal on it? That would be really incredible. Watching Rainbows and Madman, neither of those appeared. And the instrumental from the Let It Be sessions, Palace of the King of Birds. That's a long one right there. Some people like it, some people don't. George Harrison said the last Beatle record should be called Scraping the Bottom of the Barrel. I'll take 1 copy, please. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you soon.